we want to talk a little bit about the tour coming up.
So we'll talk a little bit about the tour here. But before we get into that, on my Instagram page, and we'll link it up here, I'm going to do a daily breakdown of each of the 21 stages nightly, and I'll give you a little bit of my forecast for the upcoming stage for the next day.
It'll be amazing because first of all, it's going to be 90 seconds or less. So don't worry about that. You have to listen to it for too long. And if you've heard Scott's predictions and his knowledge, it's going to be golden.
Bob Roll better watch out, huh?
Oh yeah, Bob Roll.
Well, Bob was.
Yeah. You better get on terms.
Yeah,
Bob Roll. So, anyways, let's get into the tour.
So we're everyone's picking the same guy to win. So let's just talk about the first week because this will come out halfway through the first week. So what's your prediction for the first week? Have you seen the profiles at all?
I know that the first day is the sprinter's day, right? So there's a chance that a sprinter's going to wear the yellow jersey.
The sprinter will win the first. There's not a mountain stage.
But Tade's in the tour, and that's what they said about the Dauphiné, and he's spanked everybody. So there's a chance that Tade will win the first field sprint of the tour.
The second day has a little uphill sprint, so it can change. But now you have, Matthew's there's guys like that are going to try to win.
Yeah.
Get the jersey. They're going to want the jerseys. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see because for 10 days, other than the time trial, there's not one mountain.
Perfect.
So it'll be very interesting.
It'll be like the tours that I grew up watching were like with Robbie McEwen and these guys, right? Like
Chippo.
Battling out for their time in the sunshine, right? Like their glory in the sun. Are you asking me who I'm going to pick for the first stage?
No. Give me a synopsis of the first week of the tour. What do you think is going to happen?
First week of the tour seems like it's going to be like a classic tour. Take great naps through the middle of the stage for the first 10 day. Let's
watch the last 30 minutes every day.
I'm a purist, so I'll turn it on and watch all 4.5 hours of it. But being a self-proclaimed sprinter, I live for the sprint days, even if the middle of the stage is boring. So let's see somebody like Tim Millar, the current, he's the current
fast guy,
but he's the European champion. There we go. I was like losing it. Jonathan Milan, he's in his first Tour de France. He's going to be super motivated. He's won a bunch of races this year. Jasper Philipsen has the ringer of Mathieu van der Poel as his lead out man. Like
that's ridiculous.
To just have one of the greatest cyclists in the modern era to be leading you out when he could probably be doing it himself. Like, what a gift.
Will Matthew try to win it this year, or is he going to be a lead out guy this year? What's your thought? What did you get? Your guess?
Last year he was a bit sleepy because he had the Olympics on his mind.
Sure. I think, maybe this is like a bit of a Van der Poel fan moment, but I just saw that he just donated his entire $20 million signing bonus to help the homeless in Belgium and in the Netherlands. So it already tells me that he's a pretty selfless guy, and he's probably pretty secure in his finances and has won the biggest things already. So why not help his teammate and buddy Jasper the Disaster?
Oh, we've talked about that. We've talked about Jasper and his sprints. Yeah, that's great. What about you?
Jasper and his weaving side to side. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess now with the new yellow card thing, like you get one weaving day, and then after that, if you do it again, you're out. So,
what about you, Dom? Any predictions? Any thoughts?
I ran into those classic days, but you don't have the big lead out trains. Like before you had the Chippo red train coming in for like 30K, they were just up front, and no one's going anywhere. It was just, so I don't see anyone being able to dominate like that, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to get away. Like he's hoping that he's like, they're going to, attack Tade early and do this stuff. I'm like, and Santa Claus is going to come give him, he's going to kind of give him
the tooth fairy's going to come put a little prize under his pillow.
No, it's not going to happen. They're too strong. There's too many people, too many goals for every other team. That here's their chance, the sprinters' chances, and all the other teams to get the jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, so everyone's going to be working hard until the first time trial. Even the first time trial is not that long. And the uphill time trial is going to be exciting because you see that one? 10K. And only about 5-6K if it's uphill. So it's going to be, but it's steep, but it's going to be.
The Spanish will be ready this year's Spanish National Championships. The entire TT time trial, this national time trial was a hill climb.
Was it really?
It was uphill. Yeah. So the Spanish will be ready.
So it'll be exciting. So
Yeah.
Oh, it'll definitely be exciting. I definitely think that those, like the EF, the DeKooning Quick Steps, the Sedals, they're going to have to go hard in the first 10 stages, because once we hit the mountains, if you're not a GC team, your chances of winning a stage are going to be pretty slim to none.
Right.
So I think they're going to, that's where those teams that don't have any GC hopes, they're going to have to get their win and secure their budget for next year in those first 10 days for sure.
You were a bit off on some of the sponsors from back in the day, but yeah, I think you're pretty right on your current predictions.
Oh, the team names. Yeah. As far as the GC stuff goes, I definitely think that teams like Sudal and was it Alpecin?
Yeah,
DeKooning Alpecin. Yeah, okay, corrected it. DeKooning Alpecin and Lytle Trek, they're going to get a secret conversation with other teams that might have GC hopes and say, hey, can we try to force an early error and put Taddy where he's got to do more work early on than just, hey, we're gonna let them GC teams sleep until we get to the mountains.
Taddy versus the world versus the peloton.
I think that's the only way you're going to get them. You're going to have to force some type of tactical error, or you're going to have to make him ride in an uncomfortable manner way before he gets to this.
They need to turn the heater up like day after day after day, because when it gets super hot, right, he tends to have a bad day with multiple days in the sun. That's my thinking. So yeah, anything's possible. I've always cheered for I'm a Tadej fan. I'm a Vingegaard fan. I'm a fan of cycling. I think that the women's side is maybe a little bit more exciting in the tour coming up later in the year for the women's tour. But with all of the years of Cadel Evans, I cheered for Cadel year after year after. I'm like, it's going to be his year. It's going to be his year. So for me, currently, Remco is like the next Cadel, right? He's like the almost there guy. Like he might not be the best guy, but he's going to have his chance. And so, yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah. I was a Richie Porte fan forever, and I just waited for him to crash in the second week of the tour. Kind of reminiscent of Roglic.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. History repeats itself.
Yeah.